Hello, everyone. Today on Good Morning Maine, police believe they found a serial killer who murdered a Maine woman and many others.
Plus, from extreme heat to deadly flooding, the wild summer weather continues to cause problems around the nation.
And they were playing board games all weekend long in Surrey for a very good cause.
Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith.
And I'm Craig Colson. Thank you for joining us. We'll have those stories and much more coming up. But first, to check at that forecast, looks like another chance of rain. It'll be a little drier this week, but we still have a chance of rain and thunderstorms as the week rolls along.
Looks like it.
More of the same. We're pretty lucky up around this area, but out in western Maine, it's been hit especially hard. This morning, some roads down in Oxford County are underwater. They're still tallying the damage out in Jay and some other communities. And other parts of New England, it's even worse.
Yeah, it seems like infrastructure damage is part of the forecast these days.
Yeah, we need a break from the rain, but we're not really getting it.
Right. Here's Devin Biggs with the forecast.
And thank you very much, Craig and Emma. Happy Monday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, with locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. Let's get into things this morning. A small crowd advisory remains posted until 11 a.m. One of the few advisories still in effect, though. We had some flood alerts low along the coast and pretty much across the state yesterday and early this morning. Those have since been dropped, so now we're just watching some wave height issues that'll drop later this morning. We do have areas of dense fog developing out there this morning near Waterville and areas to the south and west. Bar Harbor noticing some fog as well, so keep that in mind. You will encounter some areas of dense fog as you do make that morning commute, but otherwise so. Here is the rain tracking from the southwest going to the north and east. No lightning with it, just some heavy downpours at times. The coverage is starting to back off, so as the day progresses on, we'll calm down. The sun may also come out for a while, but then a slight chance for a few afternoon storms cannot be ruled out either. Let's zoom things out and give you the bigger picture. Nothing too crazy going on otherwise. With that line of storms going over the ocean now, we have the rain going over us, and again, just a slight chance for a storm again later this afternoon. So Futurecast helping to show things clearing out. A little pop-up chance there. And then partly cloudy later on tonight with areas of dense fog on the way. It looks to be rather widespread, so we may have to watch that closely. But our early forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period, decreasing clouds for a while. Pop-up shower or storm can't be ruled out in the afternoon either. Temperatures in the 80s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma.
All right, thank you, Devin. Well, Brewer police are asking for the public's assistance following a hit-and-run crash on Saturday at around 8:30 p.m. Brewer police responded to a car accident involving a pedestrian who was hit. The individual was taken to the hospital with serious injuries. The vehicle that struck the person had fled the scene on Eastern Avenue towards Holden by the time police showed up. According to police findings, the vehicle is either a Toyota Camry, somewhere between the years of 2020 and 23, or a Toyota Avalon, silver in color. Due to the incident, it will probably have front-end damage to the passenger side. If you have any information about the incident, you're urged to contact the Brewer Police Department at 989-7001.
Authorities continue to look for answers following a deadly crash during a road race. Emergency crews were called to the Forest Rally race in Oxford County on Friday. One of the race cars had failed to make a turn on the course and ended up striking a tree. 48-year-old Aaron Kelly of Marshall, Virginia, was killed in that crash. The accident happened near Lower Richardson Lake during a race where drivers sped along logging trails and forest roads. As a result of the crash, the second day of the rally was canceled on Saturday. Authorities are now trying to figure out how the driver lost control.
A very close call for two people riding in a vehicle in Long Pond Township. Both survived after striking a moose early Saturday morning. According to Jackman Moose River Fire and Rescue, the vehicle struck the moose before going off the roadway into some trees. Both received non-life-threatening injuries and walked to a nearby home to call for help. Rescuers say it's a good reminder to be extra careful while driving through moose country at night. They can be very hard to see when it's dark.
Now to New York and the Gilgo Beach serial killings. A suspect described as a demon and an ogre is in custody, ending for now a years-long search. The suspect is facing multiple murder charges, including for the killing of Megan Waterman of Maine, who was last seen at a Long Island motel before she vanished in June of 2010. Now, prosecutors are trying to build their case amid possibly link him to more of the killings. Here's ABC's Driana Nally.
This morning, a new search for evidence in the case against suspected Gilgo Beach serial killer Rex Heuermann. Investigators on Long Island, New York, combing through this storage unit as they build their case against the 59-year-old architect and married father, accused of killing 3 women more than a decade ago and suspected of killing a 4th.
This is clearly a sick and depraved human being, somebody who is taunting victims.
Crime scene detectives were seen at Heuermann's home this weekend. Sources say investigators are hoping to find so-called trophies from the victim, such as earrings or locks of hair. They're also looking for evidence that could link him to 6 other local murders.
We're going to see if he's involved with the other deaths, and if not, then we'll continue to go after those that committed these crimes and hold them accountable.
Investigators say Heuermann was hiding in plain sight. The case took a new turn last year when a task force of investigators took a fresh look at the evidence. They linked Heuermann to a Chevy truck registered to him at the time of the murders, and similar to one reported by a witness when one of the victims disappeared in 2010. That witness described the suspect to police as appearing like an ogre. Earlier this year, a surveillance team recovered a pizza box with crusts still inside, which they say Heuermann had thrown out. They say DNA from the crusts matched a hair that was found on one of the victims. Meanwhile, associates of Heuermann are now coming forward, one sharing a voicemail she got from him.
Hey, this is Rex.
Dominique Vidal was in a professional networking group with Heuermann. She says the two once talked about true crime podcasts.
And he asked me if I had a favorite case. And then he asked me if I knew about the Gilgo Beach murders.
Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
22-year-old Megan Waterman of Scarborough was named as the victim from Maine. She had been working as a sex worker when she vanished. Hers was one of 11 bodies found along Long Island's Gilgo Beach.
In other news, police are searching for a man who allegedly robbed a convenience store Sunday morning. According to a release from the Augusta Police Department, it was around 4:08 a.m. on Sunday on Stone Street in Augusta. They identified a white male, entered this Big Apple store and demanded an undisclosed amount of money and merchandise. Police have described the suspect as approximately 5'10" to 6 feet tall, weighing 160 to 200 pounds. He was wearing a black sweatshirt, black sneakers, and light-colored pants. Police say the suspect fled the scene before officers arrived. Anyone with information is asked to contact the Augusta Police Department's Criminal Investigation Bureau at 626-2370, 626-2370.
The VZ Police Department has made arrests after a months-long investigation into drug trafficking. Saturday morning, the VZ Police Department, with the assistance of the Penobscot County Sheriff's Office Special Response Team, executed a search warrant on Hobson Avenue in VZ. Police say 4 arrests were made as a result of the search warrant. Richard Curtis and Christopher Mansell, both of VZ, and Angel Allen and George Purvis, both of Bangor. Purvis has been charged with 2 counts of unlawful possession of scheduled drugs.
We're a small community, but unfortunately drug trafficking impacts us as well. We take these very, very seriously. If you're aware of suspected activity occurring in your neighborhood, please reach out to the VZ Police Department. As you can see today, we do take these serious.
Police say various amounts of drugs were recovered during the search, including mushrooms, prescription drugs, marijuana, and fentanyl. The Maine Drug Enforcement Agency, VZ Fire Department, and Orno Ambulance also assisted at the scene. The investigation is ongoing and additional charges are expected.
A Vassalboro home was damaged by fire after a vehicle fire spread out of control. It was just after 8 o'clock Friday night when firefighters were called to a residence on Hussey Hill Road for reports of a structure fire. However, responding firefighters quickly realized it was actually a vehicle covered in heavy flames only 10 feet from the home. Winslow Fire Department assisted with a tanker and crew because it was beyond the reach of fire hydrants. Despite the severity of the fire, firefighters had it out within minutes. The exterior of the home sustained damage, but it does remain livable, and no injuries are reported.
The Movie Rocket Theater on the Audlin Road in Bangor is closed until further notice. The announcement came via the theater's Facebook page on Friday, stating that the temporary closure comes due to unforeseen circumstances. The theater, which is known for its affordable movie-going experience, has not shared their reasons for closing at this time. Although a sign on the door states the business is closed for repairs, it's unclear when the location will be reopening.
Going to be a little quiet over there for a while.
Yeah, kind of a bummer, especially with all this rain we're having. It's good movie-going weather.
Sure is.
Yeah. Okay, the time now is 8:10. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, how a board game convention in Surrey will help a local community center continue to grow.
But first, another check of that weather forecast. More clouds today. It will be partly cloudy with a chance of thunderstorms later on. The highs will be up near 84 degrees. Partly cloudy and some areas of fog overnight. Lows dropping down to the mid-60s. Tomorrow, another mostly cloudy day with a chance of thunderstorms. The high on Tuesday around 83.
Comfy, cozy, relaxing. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find rockers, recliners, sofas, and easy chairs. Quality furniture, affordable prices. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
Since 1950, Fairhaven Camps, located in Brooks, Maine, has provided quality Christian summer camping experiences to young people from Maine and beyond. At Fairhaven Camps, we empower youth from ages 6 through 17 to seek the truth of the gospel of Jesus Christ. Fairhaven Camps offers day or overnight camps as well as horsemanship and wilderness camps. Fairhaven Camps is now hiring for summer staff and accepting registration for campers. To sign up, apply, or donate, please visit www.fairhavencamps.org or call us today.
16 years from today, Greg Gerstner will finally land the perfect cannonball. Unsuspecting friends? Check. Epic water displacement? Big check. A work of art that's only possible because Greg is already meeting all these same people at AARP volunteer and community events. They'll keep Greg active, involved, and mischievous, and help make sure his happiness lives as long as he does. That's why the younger you are, the more you need AARP.
Durable, sturdy, stylish. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find solid wood, built to last, made in Maine dressers, bureaus, and nightstands. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
It's an out-of-this-world celebrity competition.
Oh, God.
Stars on Mars, tonight at 8/7 Central on Fox.
These bakers investigate a kitchen for clues and must recreate its mystery dessert.
This is my kind of cake.
So good.
Crime Scene Kitchen, tonight at 9 on Fox.
What's it going to take to stop this U.S. team?
You play rougher.
Play nicer, eh?
This precision.
Play with passion.
Good luck with that.
The Gatherings Community Center in Surrey held their first ever AcadiaCon, where community members got together to play a wide variety of board games. It was also part of the center's mission to fundraise to accommodate the center's growth. Rain or shine, the event lasted all weekend, and our Grace Blanchard got to roll the dice to see if she got lucky.
Board games are certainly not a thing of the past, as this community center is trying to encourage more people to join in on the fun.
Well, we have a regular board game meetup every Sunday night here, and a few of us were thinking it would be fun to do something a bit bigger.
Board game conventions are happening all across the country, and organizers say they are growing in popularity as the games become more modern.
Things have changed a lot since Monopoly and Scrabble. Games got really awesome in the last few decades.
The board variety, they're amazing. There's quite a few different genres,
A lot of the board games came from the Ellsworth Gaming Guild.
Yeah, we brought probably about 40 or 50 games from our library. Quite a few other people brought some too from their personal libraries and whatnot, because there's at least 100, 200 games here.
It seemed like a fun thing to do, a perfect day to be playing games, and we've always wanted to come to the gatherings. It seemed like a great community space, and we like board games.
And donations collected at the convention will be going towards their parking lot project.
We have a serious problem outside with parking. We only have about 9 parking spots, and as the community centre has grown in popularity, there's really not enough space for everyone to park safely.
They plan to have more fundraising events in the near future and hope to bring this convention back as well. In Surrey, Grace Blanchard, ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
The Friends and Family Market in Ellsworth hosted a fundraiser in support of the Loaves and Fishes Food Pantry, the 3-part partnership with Darlings, who brought their ice cream truck along, and Shell, which featured a NASCAR show car on display for the public to enjoy, was also put together by the market. Organizers say events like this are great opportunities to give back to their community.
The pantry receives no government funding of any kind, so we rely entirely on the generosity of the community. Thankfully, this is a very giving community.
Anytime we can help generate some money for the local community, that's awesome.
According to a representative from Shell, they travel all across the country with their show car and are happy to help out local communities when they can. All the proceeds from the fundraiser will go directly to the Loaves and Fishes Food Pantry. For more information about getting involved with the pantry yourself, you can visit our website at foxbangor.com.
Seems like getting involved would be very rewarding too. They do a great variety of fundraisers. They're very creative in those regards.
And they could certainly use some help too.
Yes, as always. All right, the time now is 8:15. After the break, we'll have an update on the extreme weather that continues in different forms across the country.
That and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
An Odyssey is a long journey full of adventures. And at Odyssey Auto Spa, we understand every vehicle's journey is different.
Hi, I'm Jacob Gage, and as the owner of Odyssey, I take pride in offering a full range of detailing services to keep your ride looking its best. From basic detailing to ceramic coatings, window tint to wraps, we've got you covered. Come see us at our Ellsworth location and let us help you keep your ride looking its best.
IPM Pest and Wildlife Services has more than 40 years of experience. We are your trusted pest control experts. We bring integrity, reputation, and effective solutions to every pest challenge. We provide bedbug, ant, flea, tick, and grub control, and we also catch larger rodents. Call today to prevent rodents and mice from invading your commercial property, home, or camp this fall. 400-7702, IPM Pest and Wildlife Services. No problems, only solutions.
Looking to buy or sell your home in eastern and central Maine? Look no further than Melissa Bartlett of Better Homes and Gardens Masiello Group. With more than 25 years of experience in the industry, multi-millions in sales, and 5-star recommendations, Melissa knows the ins and outs of the market, making your real estate journey seamless. Whether you're a first-time buyer or a seasoned investor, Melissa's expertise will guide you every step of the way. Your journey to a new home starts here with your Maine move and Melissa Bartlett. Call today and let her experience be your advantage.
Mom and Dad, you must be so proud.
We're proud of all of our children.
She has to say that.
Oh, you can't run away from me forever.
Just a heads up, this is my good side.
Yeah.
Bazinga, bazinga, bazinga.
Ah! Are you trying to kill me?
Weekdays at 6 on Fox 22.
Killer storms and deadly heat are looming over tens of millions of Americans. As dangerously high temperatures claimed more lives, raging floodwaters brought a family outing to a tragic end. Here's ABC's Andrew Dimbert.
The death toll is expected to rise after a flash flood outside of Philadelphia. 5 people were killed, and overnight 2 children were still missing, including a 9-month-old boy and 2-year-old girl.
Miraculously, Dad and his son were able to get safely. However, the grandmother, the mother, and the 2 children were swept away by the floodwaters. We have recovered the mother, and she is one of the deceased.
Authorities in Bucks County say the family was visiting from South Carolina when their vehicle got swept away by the floodwaters.
That could have been any one of us leaving our house and just going to the grocery store or something.
The heat turning deadly in San Diego County. Police say a biker died after trying to help hikers who had no food or water. 14 states are under heat watches and warnings today. El Paso, Texas has seen triple-digit temperatures for 30 consecutive days. 4 people at a car show had to be taken to the hospital for heat exposure. A biologist in neighboring New Mexico is warning about the impact on wildlife, telling NPR that birds are struggling to adapt.
The birds that are most susceptible to heat stress are just going to be gone.
In the Northeast, country star Jason Aldean had to cut short a concert in Connecticut because of the heat.
It was pretty intense last night at the show. Anybody that was at the show knows how hot it was.
And now, smoke from the historic wildfires burning in Canada is triggering more air quality alerts. Dense smoke is expected over the eastern Great Lakes and parts of New York and Pennsylvania, while hazy skies are expected for much of the Northeast today. Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
Crazy stuff.
Oh, it's just awful in so many parts of the country. We really can't complain compared to what some people are dealing with.
Yeah, honestly.
But complain we will.
Right.
Because more rain's on the way.
And power to you.
And it's summer.
I know. Weeks of rain. Here's Devin Biggs with the forecast.
Alrighty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home and Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices. With locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. Alrighty, here we go. Small craft advisories. The only advisory we have our eye on, at least at this point, though, the flood alerts, though, that are up across a good part of the state, have since been dropped as of 6 a.m. this morning. So things are improving in that department. The wave heights will start to improve as well. Here's some areas of dense fog that's developed out there this morning near Bar Harbor, to Rockland, and areas to the north and west of that. So pretty much the western parts of Maine and even further off towards the south and east, and kind of hit and miss, are noticing some areas of dense fog this morning. So keep that in mind as you make that morning commute. But otherwise, though, some showers developing out there still. Some decent rainfall last night and early this morning. Now we're starting to back that off. No lightning with it, though. There's some rainfall, and now that's starting to back off. The sun will come out for a while. Then a pop-up shower or storm cannot be ruled out during the afternoon period. Here's the cold front right here, tracking off to the east, taking the clouds away with it. A little bit more activity out toward the west. I'll take a bit to get here, though, but again, a pop-up shower or storm cannot be ruled out during the afternoon period. So futurecast for today as we move forward, things start to clear out of here. Here's a pop-up shower or storm chance. Then it starts to back off later on tonight. Partly cloudy tonight with some areas of dense fog on the way. Then that gets out of here. Then some clouds moving again and scattered showers and storms in a few parts of the state during the afternoon period, especially in the northern parts. Then the southeastern parts of the state can see a little bit as well as we head towards early Wednesday morning. As for the rainfall, nothing impressive throughout the daytime period today. It will be very hit and miss at best, so less than a tenth of an inch for some areas that might notice a little bit of rain. And throughout the rest of the week as well, not as much rain on the way, so definitely looking like it'll be a little bit drier, especially after all the rain that we've seen rather recently. Otherwise, so dew points still remain rather high, lower 70s on the way for dew points, at least for parts of the daytime period today. But notice, so starting to back off a bit, at least through Thursday, then rising again as we head towards Friday and also in your Saturday. So your forecast for today, partly cloudy, a pop-up thunderstorm cannot be ruled out, with highs in the mid-80s and a south wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. By tonight, though, mid-60s, partly cloudy, areas of dense fog on the way, with the wind overall looking nice and calm. For tomorrow, mostly cloudy. Chances for thunderstorms exist with highs in the lower 80s and a south wind getting up to around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Scott's Recreation extended forecast. There are some chances for storms Tuesday and Wednesday. We're dry Thursday with highs in the lower 80s and a partly cloudy sky. More chances for storms on Friday with highs in the upper 70s.
Jerry's Used Cars has been a family-owned business for more than 30 years, currently in Corinna and Vesey. However, we have changed a little as we are no longer just a buy here, pay here dealership. We now have access to outside financing and also carry utility trailers. We would be happy to assist you with your next vehicle purchase. And don't forget, here at Jerry's Used Cars, we offer an extended warranty. So give us a call at either our Corinna or Vesey location.
If you or a loved one has been diagnosed with mesothelioma or asbestos-related lung cancer, contact the law offices of Joe Bornstein to learn about your legal rights. Maine has the highest rate of mesothelioma fatalities in the U.S. You may be eligible to receive compensation if you were exposed to asbestos products while working in a shipyard, mill, factory, or construction site. For a free case evaluation, dial 207-CALL-JOE or online at joebornstein.com.
On the next Last Man Standing, Mandy's tired of sharing her boyfriend.
Busted one of the motor mounts in the truck. It's a two-man job, but we can make do with a man and a half.
Kyle and I are going to the mall.
You'd rather go to the mall with her? You're not half the half man I thought you were.
And Eve's gearing up for her driving test.
Where did you learn how to do that?
I've had the world's best driving instructor, Grand Theft Auto.
You know, my day, you want a joyride, you have to actually steal a car.
Last Man Standing.
This afternoon, starting at 4 on Fox 22.
I love working for Skowhegan Savings Bank. Customers aren't just a number here. Employees aren't just a number. We know about our customers. We know their names. We know their pet names. We know their children. We know what's going on in their life. And that's what Skowhegan Savings Bank is about building relationships with our customers so that we can help them, whatever their financial needs are. I am so thankful that I made the choice to move to Skowhegan Savings Bank 27 years ago.
Welcome back, everyone. The race for the White House is in full swing as Republican candidates spent the weekend in early primary states. This as ABC News learns of a major shakeup in Florida Governor Ron DeSantis' campaign, and the 2024 candidates just released their latest fundraising figures, giving some new insight into where things stand now. Now, let's hear from M. Wynn with the latest from Washington.
The 2024 presidential race is fired up, now less than 6 months out from the key Iowa caucuses. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis defending a major shakeup and shift in strategy for his campaign after sources say he fired roughly a dozen staffers with more dismissals expected. The team apparently navigating a cash crunch after hiring too many staffers early on.
We raised more money than Donald Trump did into his campaign, who of course was the former president, and yet they try to spin that negatively.
In Florida, GOP frontrunner Donald Trump taunting DeSantis for even entering the race.
And his establishment handlers are wasting such precious time and resources to divide the party.
The former president has yet to commit to the first Republican presidential primary debate in August, something his most vocal challenger, former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie, called cowardice.
Come on, Donald, get on the stage and defend your record. You know, if you want to be the nominee, you need to defend your record.
This as candidates release their latest fundraising figures. Trump raking in over $15 million, DeSantis with over $20 million, though he relied on big dollar donors. Candidates like Nikki Haley and Tim Scott in the middle of the pack. Christie netting just $1.6 million and Mike Pence at just over $1 million. Each of the GOP hopefuls vying to take on President Biden, who raised close to $20 million in the second quarter. One of his staunchest allies pointing to any third-party candidates as a hindrance after a group formed and is raising money on the idea of a unity ticket.
It is a fool's errand to think that a third party can win in this country. They will be a spoiler.
Biden's campaign closed the quarter with more than $20 million cash on hand, which is about even with Trump and rising GOP hopeful Senator Tim Scott. M. Wynn, ABC News, Washington.
The Biden administration is appealing a court ruling that limits its contact with social media companies. The Fifth Circuit Court has at least temporarily removed a ban on the Biden administration from contacting social media sites about posts that are protected under the First Amendment. The initial ruling suggesting the administration has potentially engaging in suppressing free speech on issues such as COVID-19 vaccinations and the 2020 election. The Fifth Circuit order keeps in peace barred contact by some agencies like the CDC, FBI, and Department of Justice.
Michael Burham was finally taken into custody at gunpoint by state police on Saturday, concluding a massive 9-day manhunt for the escaped inmate. After an extensive search by several state, federal, and local agencies, he was detained by the U.S. Marshals Service on a federal warrant for unlawful flight to avoid prosecution. Burham is currently being held at the Erie County Prison. Investigators are still looking into his escape from the Warren County Jail.
A fair deal. That's what the Teamsters say they want in a new contract with the United Parcel Service as they prepare for a possible walkout. Members of a local Teamsters union rallied in New York Saturday. The Teamsters Union, which represents UPS drivers, sorters, and other workers, say they're looking for better working conditions, such as air-conditioned trucks and better pay for part-time workers. Union leaders are taking offense at the company's negotiation stance, and they fear how a possible strike may affect the national economy.
This negotiations, they came up with the whole video presentation again about how much money they're making because of your blood and sweat. And the last couple of days, they had alligator arms.
If UPS chooses to strike themselves because they're greedy and they're loyal to Wall Street, not Main Street, they will throw this country into a recession.
O'Brien says UPS moves 6% of goods through the supply chain. If UPS workers do strike, it would become the largest single employer walkout in U.S. history.
New instability in the finance area has economists worried about more problems ahead. The Wall Street Journal reports delinquency rates on home, car, and student loans are increasing. Difficulties come amid rising interest rates and inflation strains on household budgets. Consumers benefited during the COVID-19 pandemic from pauses on payments, which also led to a rise in credit scores. But now data from Intuit Credit Karma shows about 38% of loan borrowers are settling into near prime or subprime credit scores. Economists say lenders traditionally used credit scores to determine who will pay back on loans, which became less reliable during the pandemic.
All right, coming up on the second half of our newscast, we'll check out the parade and other festivities from the Flamingo Festival in Southwest Harbor over the weekend.
Plus, we'll check out a group of local triplets who are also bandmates. Those stories and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
You should Angie that.
Angie what?
Angie that. It means comparing custom quotes from skilled service professionals or booking at an upfront price so you can find the best price for you. Get started today at Angie.com.
In 10 years, Lisa Schneider will have an amazing second act, thanks to career reskilling courses from AARP to help make sure her income lives as long as she does. The younger you are, the more you need AARP.
This summer, happiness is a new Chevy. You can go farther, tow more. I know it's up for me. And bring along everyone you love. Your road to happiness begins in a new Chevy. Get 1.9% financing on select popular Chevy models when you finance with GM Financial. Visit your Maine Chevy dealer.
You're watching Fox 22, Bangor.
Welcome back, everyone. Today is Monday, July 17th, 2023. It's also National Lottery Day.
In 1985, Maine, New Hampshire, and Vermont were the first states to combine resources in order to create bigger jackpots. Our flagship game, Tri-State Megabucks, continues today. If you're feeling lucky, just remember that these days the odds are reportedly 350 billion to 1, so maybe buy a couple if you do.
All right, on this day in history, back in 1954, the construction of Disneyland commences in Anaheim, California. And just 1 year later on this day, Disneyland televised its grand opening. In 1975, there was an historic handshake in space with Apollo 18 and the Soviet Soyuz 19 making contact between the two entities in space for the first time.
And in 1984, the United States passed the Minimum Drinking Age Act, prohibiting those under 21 from buying or possessing alcohol. And for birthdays today, we have country singer Luke Bryan, who's 46 today, actor David Hasselhoff is 71, and singer Kali Uchis is 29 today. Kind of somebody from every category, singers and actors.
I've never heard of Kali Uchis before. Does she do rap, or what does she do?
Newer pop music.
Newer pop music,
yep.
Okay.
So oftentimes, you'll hear possibly her on the radio.
Okay.
Yep.
I don't listen to a lot of pop these days.
It's hard to.
I listen to old man pop, like old man music. So, yeah. That's what it is. Old man music.
What qualifies as old man pop?
I listen to a lot of like classic country.
Yeah.
And like songs that were hip pop songs that were hip when I was in high school.
Yeah.
Which was a long time ago, hence the old man thing.
Yeah.
So put on a little Lover Boy or Huey Lewis.
Right. Huey Lewis. Yeah.
It's good stuff.
Yeah, that is good stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Moving on now. It looks like the rain is not going to stop for a while now. We're running out of things to say about the rain. We're just as bummed out, I think, as the average person is.
Fortunately, it won't be as wet as some weeks. It won't be anything like yesterday. But
yesterday was a wash.
Yeah, just a chance of rain as the week rolls along, but it should be drier than some of the other weeks we've had.
Yeah.
So how do you like that positive spin from this old man?
Here's Devin Biggs with the forecast.
And thank you very much, Craig and Emma. Happy Monday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, with locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. Let's get into things this morning. A small cloud advisory remains posted until 11 a.m. One of the few advisories still in effect, though. We had some flood alerts low along the coast and pretty much across the state yesterday and early this morning. Those have since been dropped, so now we're just watching some wave height issues that'll drop later this morning. We do have areas of dense fog developing out there this morning near Waterville and areas to the south and west. Bar Harbor noticing some fog as well. So keep that in mind. You will encounter some areas of dense fog as you do make that morning commute. But otherwise, so here is the rain tracking from the southwest going to the north and east. No lightning with it. Just some heavy downpours at times. The coverage is starting to back off, so as the day progresses on, we'll calm down. The sun may also come out for a while, but then a slight chance for a few afternoon storms cannot be ruled out either. Let's zoom things out and give you the bigger picture. Nothing too crazy going on otherwise. With that line of storms going over the ocean now, we have the rain going over us, and again, just a slight chance for a storm again later this afternoon. So Futurecast helping to show things clearing out. A little pop-up chance there. And then partly cloudy later on tonight with areas of dense fog on the way. It looks to be rather widespread, so we may have to watch that closely. But our early forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period. Decreasing clouds for a while. Pop-up shower or storm can't be ruled out in the afternoon either. Temperatures in the 80s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma.
All right, thank you, Devin. Well, Mainers dressed in pink flocked to Southwest Harbor on Saturday for the return of an annual festival there.
Our David Ledford brings us a closer look at the celebration.
It brings everyone together. It's one of those fun community events that people plan their vacations around.
The Southwest Harbor Flamingo Festival kicked off Saturday with a flamingo parade. Hundreds of parade goers lined the streets dressed in pink to welcome a variety of floats highlighting the celebration. Organizers say the event helps to support the community.
It's a fundraiser for Harbor House, which is the community center for Southwest Harbor and Tremont. So all of the proceeds go to support the programs that Harbor House does, and childcare and free after-school care.
After the parade, festivities continued with vendors, food, and bounce houses. Those who came out shared how they felt about the festival.
It's great. I look forward to it every summer. I actually enjoy this more than the 4th of July.
Unexpected, awesome, and can't wait to come again next year.
The festival dates back more than 20 years when the town's polo and yacht club used flamingos as a mascot for their cocktail party fundraisers. Because of the popularity of the mascot, the Harbor House decided to reach out to the creator of the pink flamingo lawn ornament, Don Featherstone.
The creator of the pink flamingo lawn ornament lived in Massachusetts. The executive director at the time found out that he lived in Massachusetts. He told them, invited him basically to come to be the grand marshal of the festival, and the flamingo theme just stuck.
While there are always flamingos, the theme of the festival changes every year. This year the theme is peace, love, and flamingos, and some dressed up to fit that theme.
It's kind of a funny festival, considering it's flamingos, in the state of Maine, but it's it's a good time.
I love the theme this year, peace, love, flamingos, and we need a little more of all of that in our lives right now.
The festival will continue with a number of family-friendly activities, live music, and more. In Southwest Harbor, David Ledford, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah, there was a crowd in Southwest Harbor.
Yeah.
Still to come here this morning, Ryan Sudol will have the latest with sports.
We'll be right back.
Your roof is your first line of defense against the elements. Ensure it's always at peak performance with Peak Performance Roofing. With more than 20 years of experience in the roofing industry, our professionals provide quality craftsmanship and expertise that you can rely on. We are fully insured and stand behind our work. You can trust us to get the job done right the first time. Don't wait until it's too late. Contact Peak Performance Roofing today to schedule your free estimate. 416-8301. Peak Performance Roofing. Your roof is our priority.
The Lucerne Inn and Ryan's Pub is world-renowned for beautiful dining with a delicious view, featuring award-winning dishes from their executive chef, Arturo Montes. It's a true destination dining experience. Relax and unwind in an intimate space with your loved ones, family, and friends. We are pet-friendly, so your furry friends are always welcome to join you at your table on the deck, whether it's a special occasion or any occasion. The Lucerne Inn is the perfect choice for your business or family gathering.
It's the Toyota Summer Savings Event featuring SUVs from the longest lasting brand, Toyota.
You've been waiting for a new Toyota, so now's the time. Come and get it.
Right now, you could save up to $1,600 with affordable 3.99% financing on an all-wheel drive RAV4. And every RAV4 comes with 2 years no-cost maintenance and more. The Toyota Summer Savings Event at your New England Toyota dealer, your all-wheel drive headquarters.
So come and get it.
Toyota, let's go places.
Looking for your dream home? Contact a Next Homie today and see what's available right now. Sellers, get ready to get looped and get sold. With Next Home Experience, we have your buyers.
Pictionary.
This is for the trip to
Tooth Fairy.
Dentist. Dentist, you did it! You're going to Antigua!
Weekdays at 10 on Fox 22.
Hey everybody, Ryan Sudol here. Thank you so much for joining us. The 33rd annual Main Shrine Lobster Bowl Classic was Saturday, and it was a huge success. Off the field, over $235,000 were raised for Shriners Hospitals for Children, and on the field, another great battle between the best seniors from the East and West. To Lewiston's Don Rue Field we go. Early in the game, East on the move. Oxford Hills quarterback Eli Soren threading the needle to Eli Bigelow for the touchdown, 7-0 East. Second quarter, East up 7-3. It's Eli to Eli again. Watch this beautiful touchdown catch in the back of the end zone, 14-3 East. Late in the quarter, guess who? It's Soren again. A 5-yard touchdown run. Extra point makes it 21-6 East on top. Final seconds of the half, the West's Mike Lewinsky, a 37-yard field goal attempt, just ekes over the crossbar. He had 3 in the half, 21-9 East at the half. Scoreless third quarter, to the fourth we go. West trying to come back. Jalen Jackson tosses this one to the corner, caught by Nick Laughlin. Touchdown West, it's 21-16. Later on, Jackson again, corner again, Laughlin again, touchdown again. But the East would hang on. They win it 28-23. Game MVPs from each side, Nick Laughlin from the West and Eli Soren from the East.
All but fun. This cause, it's great. I can't thank my teammates enough. I can't put it in words. It's so nice. I mean, MVP doesn't mean anything. This game, winning it with all the boys, to me, it's been a great week, and it's just awesome.
And we had a great week. Like, never done something like this, just 3 days or 3 times a day practicing, going hard, and meeting all these new guys, great athletes, and just great people around the state.
Congratulations to all involved there. Now let's go to Maine men's basketball and an update on a black bear living out a childhood dream in his home country of Canada. Rising junior guard and Nova Scotia native Kellen Tynes is currently playing for Canada's under-13 national team at the Global Jam Tournament in Toronto. Canada won their opener against Team Africa Wednesday, then lost to Team USA the next night. But no matter how well the team performs, Tynes is honored to be repping his country and a region where not many players have come from.
It's hard to put into words because, like, growing up as a kid, like, you dream about playing for Team Canada. Like, not too many people where I'm from have done it. There's obviously been some people that played Team Canada from Nova Scotia, but there's not a whole lot from Nova Scotia and the East Coast in general. So, I'm definitely really blessed and fortunate to be part of the 12 that was selected for this league.
And Tynes also sees this tournament as an opportunity to hone his game and bring what he learns to Orono very soon. From the more physical nature of these games to the more advanced schemes on both sides of the ball, these could be real assets to the Black Bears as a whole.
Just seeing things from a different, perspective physically, I think that'll help us be a tougher team and more gritty team. And I feel like just in like a short time being here, like I've learned so much, just looking to take all that back, everything I've learned, playing the ball screens, different defensive concepts, just kind of thinking more critically.
Okay, now to some more basketball news. High school basketball coaches from Maine and well beyond gathering at the Holiday Inn by the Bay in Portland this weekend for an annual summit. The National High School Basketball Coaches Association holding its annual meeting here in Maine this year. There are coaches from 40 different states on hand. The goal is to discuss the many different issues and concerns that happen throughout the season, along with fresh new ideas to enhance the great game of basketball.
We want to elevate the game as well as we can, but we also want to put some fun back in the game so the kids are playing the game for the enjoyment of playing the game of basketball.
And finally, how about some cross-country news for you? UMaine men's and women's cross-country announced their schedule of 6 meets for this fall, including a huge one at the end of the season. Let's check those out. Starting on September 1st, hosting Army up at Penobscot Valley Country Club, and then the John McNichols Invitational at Indiana State University on the 16th, followed by the Battle in Beantown Invitational at BC the 29th. The next day, September 30th, will be the main state meet in Bangor, where the Black Bears B teams will race. On October 13th, they'll head to the Bronx for the IC4A ECAC Championships. Finally, on October 27th, will be the America East Championships, which will be hosted by UMaine, that also taking place at the Penobscot Valley Country Club. That's all the time we have for sports. I'm Ryan Sudol. We'll be back right after the break.
Sure, the driveway looks good now with the snow on it, but you know what will still be under there in the spring? The same cracks, crumbles, and potholes that were there before winter. Call Eaton Paving today. Let's make an appointment to fix those problems when the weather is ready. Eaton Paving and Excavation.
Come stop by Triple S Tag Shop, 315 Hamden Road, Carmel, for quality clothing and equestrian gear.
Your favorite restaurants for half off. It's half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7. Here's this week's featured deal. Great things are always cooking at the Ground. New menu, new specials, with an amazing variety of choices for every taste. Good times, great service, and amazing food. Only at your locally owned Ground, Odland Road, Bangor. On sale Thursday at 9 a.m. A limited supply available half-off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7.
Sure, the driveway looks good now with the snow on it, but you know what will still be under there in the spring? The same cracks, crumbles, and potholes that were there before winter. Call Eaton Paving today. Let's make an appointment to fix those problems when the weather is ready. Eaton Paving and Excavation.
Welcome back, everyone. The Writers Guild strike is now joined in by the Screen Actors Guild in walking out on productions. And actors are doing their star turns with picket signs. The two labor groups are now joined up in the demonstrations on sidewalks in front of studios and getting honks from passing cars in support. Actors lend a more known face to the two unions' joint purpose of fighting for control of artistic creativity and newer technology such as streaming services and artificial intelligence. They're affecting what the two groups are demanding a say in to protect their futures.
We won in 1960 was our health and pension plans and the existence of residuals. That was the most important negotiation in LA union history. And now we're on strike together again. And honestly, this strike is even bigger because SAG and AFTRA have since merged. And so now, you know, we in a sense have three unions on strike together.
One of the things that I took away from yesterday's meeting that really struck me was the part about AI. When I started doing film and TV, I went in and started doing background. And one of the things they spoke about was that they were going to pay a background actor for 1 day work and then use their likeness in perpetuity, like forever, without paying them. And I'm like, that is not okay.
65,000 actors union members have now formally joined the writers on strike. Productions that require scripted content are now shut down until agreements are reached.
A romantic comedy, an Emmy-nominated drama, and a Grammy-winning rock band are among the new digital DVD and music releases available to add to your home library.
Here's Fox's Ashley Dvorkin with a list of new releases.
I think I might have feelings for someone I've never met.
Topping this week's list of what's new in home entertainment, the romantic comedy Love Again, starring Priyanka Chopra Jonas and Sam Heughan. It centers on a woman grieving the loss of her fiancé, who finds a new love through unexpected circumstances. Charlie Day stars in his directorial debut, Fool's Paradise. The star-studded comedy follows a mental health patient navigating his newfound fame and fortune after becoming an accidental celebrity.
Covers blood. We leave in 15 minutes.
Gerard Butler leads the action thriller Kandahar, about an undercover operative and his translator forced to flee from special forces in Afghanistan after exposing a covert mission.
The king of rock and roll!
The documentary Little Richard, I Am Everything tells the life story and career of the rock and roll pioneer. Small screen favorites to own, Season 1 of the Emmy-nominated series The Last of Us, starring Pedro Pascal and Bella Ramsey, and the second season of Showtime's hit crime drama Your Honor, starring Bryan Cranston. For music fans, British rockers Blur dropped The Ballad of Darren, and Grammy-winning rock band Greta Van Fleet released their new album Starcatcher. Ashley Dvorkin, Fox News.
Cool. I'm getting all sorts of ideas if the rain won't let up.
Yeah, lots of good things to see.
Yep.
Well, a Central Maine band has been recently gaining traction from their unique sound.
Our Devin Dagnall sat in on one of their rehearsals to check out their triple threat.
Random Ideas is a three-piece punk rock band that's been together since, well, before they were born. The band is comprised solely of the Johnson sisters, who are triplets.
We always knew we wanted to be in a band, like from 7, the first thing
we
that
were
we
like,
can remember, yeah. And we all like gravitated towards the instruments that we wanted to, so it worked out.
Random Ideas music can be described as political activism with an emphasis on female empowerment. The Johnsons say their work is heavily influenced by classic punk rock and groups like Green Day.
Punk rock especially kind of had that, this is what we stand for, this is what we're about, and here it is.
The Johnsons say even though some sibling bickering can happen, being a band of triplets has its advantages.
Honestly, it does have a physiological, effect, especially in harmonies.
Along with being audibly in tune with one another, the Johnsons say they're mentally synced in a way most people just wouldn't understand. Even though they're still finding their audience, these sisters have big plans for their band.
We want to take the band as far as it will go.
Random Ideas hopes they can go on tour in the near future, but until then, they remain undeterred, waiting for their big break.
If you have any ideas, don't be afraid to pursue them.
You have to follow your passion. Otherwise, this wouldn't exist in the first place.
In Waterville, Devin Dagnall, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Random Ideas music is available to stream and download on iTunes and Spotify.
Love to see it. Good for them.
Yeah.
All right, now here's meteorologist Evan Biggs with our full weather forecast.
Alrighty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, with locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. Alrighty, here we go. Small craft advisories. The only advisory we have our eye on, at least at this point, though, the flood alerts, though, that are up across a good part of the state have since been dropped as of 6 a.m. this morning. So things are improving in that department. The wave heights will start to improve as well. Here's some areas of dense fog that's developed out there this morning near Bar Harbor, to Rockland, and areas to the north and west of that. So pretty much the western parts of Maine and even further off towards the south and east, and kind of hit and miss, are noticing some areas of dense fog this morning. So keep that in mind as you make that morning commute. But otherwise, though, some showers developing out there still. Some decent rainfall last night and early this morning. Now we're starting to back that off. No lightning with it, though. There's some rainfall, and now that's starting to back off. The sun will come out for a while. Then a pop-up shower or storm cannot be ruled out during the afternoon period. Here's the cold front right here, tracking off to the east, taking the clouds away with it. A little bit more activity out toward the west. I'll take a bit to get here, though, but again, a pop-up shower or storm cannot be ruled out during the afternoon period. So futurecast for today as we move forward, things start to clear out of here. Here's a pop-up shower or storm chance. Then it starts to back off later on tonight. Partly cloudy tonight with some areas of dense fog on the way. Then that gets out of here. Then some clouds moving again and scattered showers and storms in a few parts of the state during the afternoon period, especially in the northern parts. Then the southeastern parts of the state can see a little bit as well. as we head towards early Wednesday morning. As for the rainfall, nothing impressive throughout the daytime period today. It will be very hit and miss at best, so less than a tenth of an inch for some areas that might notice a little bit of rain. And throughout the rest of the week as well, not as much rain on the way, so definitely looking like it'll be a little bit drier, especially after all the rain that we've seen rather recently. Otherwise, so dew points still remain rather high, lower 70s on the way for dew points, at least for parts of the daytime period today. But notice so starting to back off a bit, at least through Thursday, then rising again as we head towards Friday and also in your Saturday. So forecast for today, partly cloudy, a pop-up thunderstorm cannot be ruled out, with highs in the mid-80s and a south wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. By tonight, though, mid-60s, partly cloudy, areas of dense fog on the way, with the wind overall looking nice and calm. For tomorrow, mostly cloudy, chances for thunderstorms exist, with highs in the lower 80s and a south wind getting up to around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Scott's Recreation extended forecast. There are some chances for storms Tuesday and Wednesday. We're dry Thursday with highs in the lower 80s and a partly cloudy sky. More chances for storms on Friday with highs in the upper 70s.
Looking to buy or sell a home? The More True team of Better Homes and Gardens works throughout the state of Maine with both buyers and sellers with a focus on the greater Bangor area. Give the ladies of the More True team a call today or visit their Facebook page.
Welcome to Rebecca's. For over 30 years, we've been serving our local customers in downtown Bangor, and we invite you to explore our historic shop.
Rebecca's carries many Maine-made products from local artisans. Perhaps you need a gift basket for your next celebration. We'll be glad to help. From blueberry ceramic dishes, gourmet foods featuring Stonewall Kitchen, fine wines to antique dishes and furniture. You're sure to find that perfect gift.
We hope to see you soon at Rebecca's.
Jim Small Engine, Snow's Corner Road, Arlington, brings years of experience and a large parts inventory to make your engine as good as new. Lawnmowers, chainsaws, rototillers, wood splitters, generators, blowers, trimmers, and power washers will leave Jim Small Engines fully repaired, shiny clean, and ready to go. Jim Small Engines is an authorized dealer for these top brands and sells a wide array of used engines as well as new and used parts and accessories. Call Jim Small Engines at 825-3527. Check their website and like them on Facebook.
I will see you're 18 and drop it like it's hot. 15.
25 words or less.
Small fridge. Mini fridge.
Yeah,
that's right. That's right. We going all the way today.
Making a splash.
Blank, ball, pool, cannonball. Yeah!
All summer long.
You're going home with $10,000. Let that sink in.
Weekdays at 9 on Fox 22.
Looking to buy or sell a home? The More True team of Better Homes and Gardens works throughout the state of Maine with both buyers and sellers with a focus on the greater Bangor area. Give the ladies of the More True team a call today or visit their Facebook page.
Work experts are finding out there's a new work pattern when workers zone out and focus shifts to other tasks. A Wall Street Journal report says that the time frame from 4 to 6 p.m. is becoming a dead work period, a dead zone for accomplishing any work at all, like meetings. More flexible work rules and hybrid work patterns are shifting employee activities to family activities, gym workouts, or beating traffic. That 4 to 6 time frame is often made up later, like at nights or on weekends. Microsoft researchers say 3 work spikes in mornings, late afternoons, and around 10 p.m. is here to stay. People kind of ease their way into the end of the day, it sounds like.
I could easily see that. That seems like the norm. Yeah. Who's working 100% all day?
I don't know. We can't do that because our shows are always at the end of our work period. So
right.
That's like our busiest time.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little, we're a little different.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're special.
Right. A new report says couples should purchase a wedding insurance to help pay for potential wedding problems and mishaps. Media company The Knot, which covers wedding matters, says the average wedding held in 2022 cost $30,000. Wedding insurance can be useful to help brides and grooms protect themselves from unexpected events. Maybe not your weird Uncle Terry, though. So I don't think it protects from that. Weddings can be covered against circumstances such as vendors that don't show, that makes sense, or weather issues and damaged attire. Not weird Uncle Terry. Some wedding insurers say one thing they don't cover is if either party changes their mind to marry.
It happens.
Yeah.
How'd you know I have a weird Uncle Terry? I don't. Really,
Everybody's got one of those.
We've got somebody in the family.
Love them or hate them, they're going to be there.
All right, basketball fans may soon have a new way to experience their favorite teams in action. A report from the New York Post says the NBA is working on a plan to collaborate with Apple and its Vision Pro headsets, which are expected to launch in 2024 for almost $3,500. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver did not give specifics on what talks between the league and Apple included. Several tech and media companies have expressed interest, though. Pretty neat.
Looks like we're about out of time. Have a great day.